Are you familiar with what a bloodline is? Do you know what the term bloodline means? The term bloodline is where your heritage comes from. I said, do you know what a bloodline is? Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. Where does it come from? My dad and my mother?
No. So your bloodline is like the heritage of your heritage of your heritage of your heritage.
Right.
Like every person goes back 100 years, right?
Yeah.
Or 60 years. And where they come from dictates what their genetic code is.
Awesome.
Does that make sense? Like if you're from Europe, your bones, your structure, your genetics are going to be a little bit different than somebody that was born in South America. Because the genome varies from one generation to another, right? So if every generation you have is different, right? So you got one person from South America marrying somebody from southeastern Europe. So like London. Like they originally came from England versus somebody that is, from Ethiopia. They're going to be different. They're going to have a different genetic code, right?
I got some plastic in here.
Yeah, I got some trash. So you understand the difference, right? Between Europe and Africa?
Not really.
So like you have different genetic codes. So you have different physiological variances in the human condition. Just the same way, like Australia was basically a bunch of people got dropped off there. Versus like places.
You have to buckle your seatbelt.
Huh?
You have to buckle your seatbelt?
Yeah, I already did.
Huh?
Yes. Oh. Does that make sense? Just because the same way, like anybody from Egypt, they have a distinct look.
Uh-huh.
Why? Because they've kept within their bloodlines. So there's a social experiment, or there's a not necessarily a social experiment, but there's a social concept I have about bloodlines. So I believe that magic, necromancy. Do you know what necromancy is?
No.
Or necromancing, or a necromancer. Do you know what those terms mean?
No.
Alright, so a necromancer is a specific magician that summons stuff with blood. He channels the dead. It's something you can actually physically do. It is a terrible idea, but basically you slash your palm open and you basically invite a demon to dwell. Now, so the trick here, the catch is, if somebody is already filled with the Holy Spirit, with the evidence and speaking in tongues, then you cannot be possessed. For whatever reason. That's what what regular people say. The biblical explanation is the Holy Spirit resides within you, and two spirits cannot reside in the same body with the Holy Spirit. That is a Bible verse. I think it occurs 2 or 3 times between Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and the book of Acts. The book of Peter? 1 Peter? He mentions, coming across unfamiliar spirits. So the term unfamiliar spirit basically means a spirit that will dwell within a human. There's a Bible verse, it's 2 Kings 28, 1 through 19. Saul has basically sent all of the necromancers out of Israel, where he is the king of. But he has let live all of the necromancers and witches that he has found. Now, as per the Torah, the first 5 books of the law, the basis of the Bible, right? The first 5 books of the Bible are the Torah. The Bible is a compilation. I don't know if you understand that. Did you know that? That the Torah is the beginning of the Bible. The first 5 books of the Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible. Word for word. Word for word. And all it is rules.
Right.
All it is. It explains to you how to live, what to do to have a good life, and if you don't follow that advice, once you read it, you will have bad things happen to you. Because you were already warned. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're no longer ignorant of the information. Things like finances. The Bible speaks deeply about finances and what it looks like and what it feels like.
Finance?
Finances.
Money?
Yes. What you do with money, how you hold money, how you spend money, the concept behind the things you buy. So knowledge should be the first and foremost thing as a reason why you buy something. So when you read, things like the Bible has a biblical principle behind it. Everything has a principle. From creation to the extermination of cities to the flood. But the interesting thing,
Is that a window open?
you can.
Is this
What?
music?
Yeah, there's music.
It's on?
Yeah, it's been off, It's been playing for 10 minutes.
I hear you talking, but I'm hearing a lot of interference in the background.
Oh,
And I know what it was.
I got you.
Gotta get it over the other way, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna stop at the 7-Eleven and get some stuff. But what I was saying though is, in the book of Exodus, there is a passage about the Nephilim, and it's at Genesis chapter 6. So it's the 6th book of the Bible, or 6th chapter of the Bible. And it says that in the days of old, the sons of God saw that the sons of man were beautiful. Their wives, their daughters were beautiful, and went and made children with them. And they were called the Nephilim, or the Nephilim.
Right.
So in that passage, that is saying that angels, celestial beings, because not all celestial beings look like people. Some of them had bullheads. Some of them had snake heads. Some of them, well, I don't remember snakes. I've been told snakes. I have not read the word for myself that says snakes.
Right.
I haven't found that in the Bible yet. I was told it was, Revelation, like 11 through 13. But, there's a bunch of different creatures in the book of Revelation that don't really make sense. Some of them can be almost described as helicopters. And if that's the case, I could definitely... I'm going to the gas station.
I know, you can go straight and go get in there too, son.
Oh.
That's all I was telling you.
Okay.
So it seems like a long light.
Right.
And there's a lane right there if you can get in turn.
Yeah.
I thought you could do that. And he's going, they don't do it, they're not supposed to do that no more.
Yeah.
You can park on the end, son. I'm handicapped.
I gotta get gas.
Huh?
I gotta get gas.
Oh, okay.
He's like, please end my life.
Okay. He wasn't paying attention to what's going on, son.
Yeah, not so much.
I ain't looking at...
Anyway, so what we were talking about was bloodlines.
Right.
So, I believe that witchcraft can run in your blood. Like the ability to do it, the the curse of the bloodline. So if you're not familiar with the term, the curse of the bloodline, basically, if you have witchcraft in your blood,
Right.
like somebody in your family, somebody in your bloodline has committed sorcery, witchcraft, necromancy, fortune telling,
Right.
then they have a predisposition to witchcraft.
I got you.
So the whole concept behind bloodlines is like in the Bible when you talk about the Nephilim and you talk about deities that have basically been cursed, but their existence has been cursed because it says, 6th line of the Bible or 6th chapter, there are beings that exist on earth that are bred between angels and humans, and if you dilute something 1,000,000 times, it begins to stop losing the physical features of the variant parent. Meaning, if there's a one-time interaction, right, the dilution of the bloodline is varied by the concentration of it in the blood. Meaning, if you have a man and a woman, and the man has no genetic traits that match a Nephilim, but the woman does. So her dad was a demon. So that would mean that the more women in your bloodline means the more demons there are in your blood. A women example, just so that would mean that as time progresses, that either you dilute or you break the generational curse of basically sin, because your bloodline follows witchcraft. So when you have the spirit of rebellion, you have the spirit of witchcraft, because that's what it says. It says in the Bible that witchcraft is the spirit of rebellion. So that would mean that sin in and of itself is separation from God. Right?
I got you.
So when you do witchcraft, you separate yourself from God. And as you separate yourself from God, you create a barrier between Him and you. So when you pray and you break down that barrier, it's not like you've communicated with somebody. You have begun to understand a deeper level of what each verse says, because if each verse matters so much, then there's value in it. And it's interesting because when you read the Old Testament and you read the Torah, word for word, I mean, it's literally word for word. It's so strange, because it's originally written in Hebrew, and it was kept in Hebrew for, I want to say it was like 2,000 years. Because if you knew the Bible, you knew the keys to success, how to have a good life.
You don't got night blindness, son?
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, I drive at night every day.
What?
I drive at night.
I know. I'm just saying, you don't have night blindness?
I don't see very much as it is.
That's not reassuring, son.
Well, so like the cool thing is that this is where my vision ends. That's it. I can't see anything over here. You could be swinging an axe at me and I would never know. It's like that.
It's not good.
It's fine. So as long as I don't look at you, it's fine.
Huh?
As long as I don't look at you, it's fine. But yeah, so it's I forget what the illness is called. The optometrist did the experiment. Yeah, she did like 5 tests, and I failed like 5 of them because like she told me to like look at something, and they were like flashing dots, and I wasn't supposed to follow the dots. And I'm like, how am I not supposed to follow the dots? Do you not understand how eyes work? Like, but
It's a stop sign.
I see it.
Oh, they fucking put a red thing on there now. They never had that before.
Really?
Yeah, really. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Of course, you know, the sign's been down a couple times.
Right.
But it never had that red tape on it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm serious. It never did. I've been coming up down this road a lot, you know.
Right.
Like,
So,
you know, when I was babysitting down at Alex's, I'll go this way if I go into Sean's.
right. Man, I've never had. It didn't even take $1.
Huh?
My truck sometimes takes like 19 gallons when it's empty, and it like upchucked at like 18.1.
Well, you must say it's already in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, like my light was on.
No, I understand. Supposedly you can go 32 more miles on that.
So that's 2 gallons, 3 gallons.
I don't know. Your truck is probably good on gas, right?
Right. Well, I mean, so my average is about 450, 430. If I change the oil, it's a lot better. If I keep doing the oil changes,
But that's supposed to be like every 3 months or 6 months.
it's supposed to be every 3,000 miles, I think.
Oh. So every 3 months would be good.
Right. So the reason I bring it up about Bloodlines is I believe that when I look at Eric and Amber and parts of our other side of our, you know, like your side of the family, they seem to resemble Irish and Viking and Norwegian, Northern European,
Right.
because Eric is about 6'2", 6'1", white, a big brown beard, short hair, receding. And then his son, you know, thicker beard, longer hair. And then, you know, his youngest son looking extremely young, about 10, 12.
He's 20 now.
The short one?
He's 20.
Oh, okay.
He wants to be a girl. That's what Rose told me.
Right. Well, I mean, he just needs to be brought into sunlight and forced.
I'll show a picture of him when we get to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. I think your other cousin, Charlotte, she looks just like Amber, but with red hair.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly like Amber. They got the same fucking face.
Oh, okay.
You're alright, so you're still on 198.
Yeah. No. I meant the speed limit. I didn't know what the speed limit was. I tend to.
55, I think.
Yeah, it's 55. Oh, I've been.
I know.
I don't like
usually
speeding.
do 65 down here, but that was usually during the day, when I could see.
I would rather, drive, not carelessly.
Well, I understand that part. I don't like driving carelessly. I mean, as long as I can see, it's like, before daylight got there, I would go 65, depending on the roads too,
Right.
And if like a little S10 don't have much weight to it at all,
Well, this one, I have the toolboxes,
Yeah, I understand that.
and part of that, helps with weighing them down.
Well, I hope Sean likes his new job.
Well,
I hate employers like that, They're only there for, to psych them out for a little while, then fire them. That's not cool. That's not cool at all.
right.
That gives them employers bad names.
Right.
Oh, all I'm here is fucking train, and I don't get no extra money for training your fucking people.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, well, that's what Kevin said he was going to do today. He said, I'm going to cook some venison. I said, cool.
Does he use vinegar?
Right, I've never really cooked venison. I cooked it, I grilled it in a frying pan one time.
Right.
It was pretty good. Put a little fucking butter there,
Right.
And, but it still tasted kind of gamey,
Right.
And Eric said usually you're gonna cook it, and grind it up with some beef. That'll make it moister.
Right. Yeah, well, so you have to break the synapses in the meat in order to make it soft. Either you cook it till it's tender,
Right.
or, which usually involves a little bit of boiling. So if you boil something,
Right, you take some of the nutrients and the flavor out of it.
right, but then if you take what you've boiled and you reduce that,
Right.
and you add water,
And then gravy?
you make gravy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Well, it's like cooking chicken on the charcoal grill, which is good. I like it like that, but it's always just barbecue,
Right.
I like it pretty much just a little salt and pepper, and a little bit maybe garlic and onion powder on it. And it makes the skin nice and crispy.
Yeah.
And and you really get a better taste of the meat too. I already had my meal from Living Waters. They dropped it off at lunch before lunchtime.
Yeah.
And I ain't fucking hear them knock on the door or anything.
Where did they put it?
They hung it on the doorknob.
Oh, okay.
When I opened the fucking doorknob, I thought it almost fell on the on the floor. Oh shit! It was still hooked. It was in a
There's a
brown
big paper. Yeah, brown paper bag.
Huh?
Brown paper bag.
Yeah, had my name on it. I said, okay, that's cool. And she called me up and said, I can barely hear her. She said, this is Living Waters. We left the food on your doorknob. I said, oh, okay, thank you. I didn't even hear you in the driveway. You still go to Cornerstone?
No, I was delivering with Living Waters. We've been going to Living Waters.
Oh, I meant Living Waters. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We started going back the other day.
The other day?
I went 3 Sundays ago, and Jennifer went for the past 2 Sundays with me.
Well, that's good. Mike was asking me, he said, does he still go to Living Waters? I said, I have no idea, Mike. So why is he cooking 4 turkeys for the church? I said, I don't know that either. But anyway, Sean was telling me that Gene wrecked his van and got another DUI. He's got to go through ASAP. So I guess your mother's taking him. I don't know. I don't really care either.
Right.
Yeah, the more and more you tell me about the past, you know, it just makes me more and more hateful towards your mother.
Well, it wasn't meant to be hateful.
Oh, I know that, Brian. I know that.
The whole point was that, you know, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I try to be remorse about the situation, and she don't think she ever did anything wrong. Which I know I did wrong, man. I shouldn't have been fucking around with kids when I was drinking, you know.
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's more of there resides a certain level of spite in some people, and being spiteful is basically just the desire to fight, the desire to argue, the desire to defy. You know, and we all possess a certain level of defiance. But I do believe that there is a difference between trying to make somebody participate in society and letting somebody be a vegetable.
Right.
And I honestly believe that
how many of those monster drinks are you drinking, son?
Those aren't. I don't buy Monsters.
What was that?
It's a Full Throttle.
Is that an energy drink?
Yeah, it's similar. It doesn't have as many chemicals as Monsters, but I have not really slept in the past 2 days.
I understand that part too, son. But you need to get rest too, you know.
Right.
Otherwise, it's gonna hit you all at one time. And you don't want that to happen at work, you know.
Right. Well, unfortunately, I've had a lot of stuff that I have to do at work, and I try to get it all done because on an average shift, I have to move this roll of Refacil. And a roll of Refacil is about 50, 60 pounds, and I have to pick it up, carry it, put it down, put it on a new roller. The roller is about 50 pounds a piece. It's not difficult to stand up because you just use leverage. It's got a little eye bolt, and you just lift it like a barbell.
Right.
And it's really easy to lift because it's so long.
Well, if you ever move into another house, I'm just gonna give you my workbench because I still use it right now, but not right now. I mean, it's just cold out there. And if it's nice out, I might go out there and do some leg lifts and whatever. And you can also use the hand thing too.
You want to help me fix my floor?
Huh?
You want to help me fix my floor?
Your floor? What floor?
Where I replaced the subfloor.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, it's got like a gap, a seam, and I never sealed that. I couldn't because I was dealing with the stupid whatchamacallit.
I got you. Well, we can check it out, measure it, and try to put some wood in there.
Yeah.
You got any? Is there anything to nail to on either side of it?
So we can put stuff up there.
I mean, you can put a cheater board, you know.
I was gonna put band-aids, 4x4s, 4x6s. No, sorry, 2x6s. Cross-membered over the seam, diagonal to the seam. That makes sense?
I'll help you do it. You're not talking about right now, right?
No, I mean like, you say you don't got Charlie, right? I don't have a couch either.
You what?
So I need a couch.
Saturday, you told me.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, yeah.
I don't usually get paid on Saturdays, I don't think.
You don't?
I don't know. Usually it's on a Thursday or whatever, you know.
Right.
Or sometimes Friday, whatever the 29th comes on, which is a Saturday.
See this house
year.
right here? This big white one? See this house right here? The big white one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's a guy living in a tent fixing it up.
Oh, you mean over on what's his name's house?
Right here on the corner.
Pritt, Timmy Pritt.
I don't know who it is.
Uh-huh.
I just know there's a tent there every night.
Oh. I don't know, so. As far as I know, I thought Claire and Timmy lived there.
That's terrible.
Huh?
That's terrible. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to tear up the floor, like the whole floor. I don't want to.
I understand that part, son.
Because
You're talking about where the vent was, right? You had a little gap back there one time.
no. So where the window was replaced, I had to replace the floor right there.
Right.
So where I replaced the floor, I didn't get to seal. I didn't get to put anything between it. Does that make sense?
I have to see what you're talking about, son. I'm not a carpenter. But
Well,
I gave you a bunch of books on carpentry.
yeah, I've read them.
Yeah. It should tell you how much, what a house is